I've had almost every one of their cookies. It's so bad. It's not even good, and it is like so overly sweet, and it's terrible for you. D'Angelo just released a new video. Nah, this Crumbl cookies Australia scam is wild. I heard about this. Apparently someone went, be right back, we'll catch you, bro. Someone went, bought some Crumbl cookies in America, and I think they sold them in Australia. You're lying as much as my dad did when he said he was coming back. True. Okay. I want to catch up to the details.
If I had to sum up today's entire video in a single word, it would be
scam.
Half-baked. There's only a few short months left in 2024, and yet everybody seems like they're in a race to release the biggest scam before the end of the year.
Yes.
You had the Bridgerton ball.
Because everyone gets one scam. And so you can only redeem it one time a year. So if you're gonna scam, you gotta do it now, guys. You really gotta do it now.
We've had the Willy Wonka experience, and now we have Crumbl Sydney. Crumbl is a cookie company whose oversized sugar bombs
trash
are constantly taking the internet by storm. And so when it was
so
announced
bad
that Crumbl cookies would be coming to Sydney, Australia, one can imagine why many people there were quite excited to finally see what the hype was about. But once they got there,
the hype is only because it's big, guys. It's so bad. It doesn't even taste good.
Thing from the price to the location to the state of the cookies they received showed that things might not have been what they seemed at the Crumbl Sydney pop-up. And for me, all of this really just raises one question. Do Crumbl cookies actually taste good enough to warrant this level of insanity?
They don't.
I'm excited to find out. But first, welcome. My name is D'Angelo.
How have you not have a Crumbl cookie by now? That shit is so bad.
I am your professor of interpretive meteorology, which is a very real degree that I definitely do have.
Okay.
Or maybe this is just me broadcasting myself talking in my room like YouTube used to be. And in today's lecture, we get to see not only the massive fallout from this Crumbl Sydney scam, but also what did Crumbl's co-founder have to say about it? Because to put it simply,
open one in Australia.
He's probably not very happy about it. So when it comes to Crumbl cookies, I don't know which is higher, the prices or the sugar content. Every week they change
it's gotta be the sugar content.
Absurdly large cookies. Looks like this week we've got everything from brownie sundae to ultimate.
Wait, this brownie shit has been getting a lot of bad news. I think it's legitimately like 1,100 calories for a brownie. I've never heard of them. You should be happy. This is so popular in America. I have a couple in the place where I live, and I've had almost every one of their cookies. It's so bad. It's not even good, and it is like so overly sweet, and it's terrible for you.
The 6th they have.
Bro, still not playing games. I'm playing.
This week I've ordered one.
Here's the pattern right after this.
It's a surprise. But truly, I cannot stress enough. These prices are just wacky. Got $4.49 for a cookie, just one cookie.
Yep,
for
$5 for a cookie.
But lucky you,
it's a big ass cookie.
$16 for a 4-pack.
It's a big ass cookie.
I love how not even 10% savings makes this a good deal. For $4 a cookie, they better be good. But I guess Crumbl gets away with this by branding themselves as
maybe it's good. Seems like a health risk,
which again is a very.
I'm telling you right now, it's more than just a health risk, and it's expensive, right? It's a wallet and a health risk.
Creative way of just saying a singular cookie. Another thing about Crumbl that's highly relevant to the scam is they are masters of TikTok marketing. Not only do they routinely get hundreds of thousands, if not millions,
it's because
of views across
it goes like, look at this.
There's like a Crumbl
it looks
cookie
amazing.
Influencer industrial complex, basically. And every week that Crumbl drops a new batch of cookies,
wait,
like clockwork.
Oh, there's people who just rate Crumbl cookies?
The Crumbl influencers show up getting millions of views advertising them, or sorry, reviewing them.
Who knew y'all depended on these weekly Crumbl reviews so much?
We don't.
You
we
do.
Really don't. People rightfully get really annoyed with this whole Crumbl review culture, citing an overconsumption problem, which I would definitely agree with, because nobody actually finishes their cookies. They just
because you can only get like one bite before you're full.
$23 for a 6-pack. Take a few bites, leaving a weird sugary mess that they throw away later, and then repeat the cycle every single week because
honestly, they get paid.
TikTok views, I suppose.
Yeah,
and Crumbl cookies,
TikTok
the
will pay
company
you.
is like, heck yeah, keep it up, folks. They frequently comment, and it's to the point where if a reviewer misses a week,
we
Crumbl
missed you last week.
We missed you last week. Like, this is literally Crumbl's actual account. And you know, I guess it makes sense. The more people talk about the cookies, the more people are inspired to try them. The less people worry about things like multiple Crumbl cookies franchises.
Violating child labor.
Getting fined for violating child labor regulations. It's basically just a clear example of cookie cutter capitalism.
Hey, W.
So with all this info, one can see why when Crumbl Sydney went live on TikTok, people felt like they finally got to join in on the fun. Because as it currently stands, Crumbl only sells in the US and Canada. Now, funny thing about the Crumbl Sydney account, as you can see at one point, they had over 100,000 likes. But currently, none of their TikToks are on the internet anymore. Or at least they're not here. Of course, you can't ever truly delete something from the internet. And so plenty of reposts exist, like this one, showing someone proudly holding their Crumbl box in front of the Sydney Opera House. Quite a striking image, I must admit. Sydney, we are here. So they're showing off the different flavors, advertising their one-day pop-up, and encouraging people to get them before they're sold out. So people did show up.
Scam.
And what they found was, to put it scientifically, shady as hell. So as you can see, the location was held by this gas station on the side of the road, and a ton of people showed up and were backed up past other buildings. The area they chose was not helping.
Because the line was so long and we were in front of a gas station, everyone was just staring at what was even going on. And then we got a jump scare because the girl who was taking our orders like showed us the menu and it was $17.50.
Damn!
So yes, you did hear that correctly. No, your eyes did
Bro,
not
they
deceive.
did a pop out outside of the gas station.
This Crumbl Sydney pop-up marked the cookies up to $17. Now, granted, these were Australian
for
dollars,
what?
so this comes out to $12 USD,
$12,
which
so like
means
double
they
the
marked
price.
them up to almost 3 times the price over here. And again, they were already super expensive, but nevertheless, people bought them, and not just 1 or 2. They treated it exactly like the rest of the Crumbl influencers.
We went to the Crumbl cookie pop-up in Bondi, and I got
everything.
10.
I'm sorry, but this is just crazy. But here's where things get kind of bizarre.
Most sketchy thing I've seen. Imagine paying that deserve to be scanned. Well, honestly, I don't blame them because like Crumbl is so viral. If it's your only chance to get it and you make content, you almost have to go, regardless of the fucking scam, bro. Which is an L.
This is the part where I would usually say you'll never see this coming, but honestly, this is probably the most
Crumbl
obvious
is
plot
viral.
development possible.
Come on, bro. You know that, bro. Go online and look up Crumbl, dog. People love that shit. It's a cookie. Yeah, it's a cookie chain from Utah, and it sucks. It's terrible.
Sawyer Hemsley, the co-founder of Crumbl Cookies.
Look at this guy.
Who also runs a fairly popular TikTok account where he does everything from Charlie XCX dances to Crumbl review reaction videos.
No way.
Wow, that sentence broke my brain.
No
Anyway,
way.
Sawyer commented on this TikTok of the lady who bought 10 boxes and said, you need to try them fresh in the US.
This pop-up is not affiliated.
This pop-up is not affiliated with Crumbl Cookies. So here's where it gets really tricky. To put it plainly, Crumbl Cookies had absolutely
Can get a McDonald's meal for the price of a cookie, dog. You can almost get a whole ass In-N-Out meal.
nothing to do with this Crumbl Sydney account. This was a third party using Crumbl's name to lure
So they Yo, W scammers. And they're in Australia. What is Crumbl gonna do? Sue them?
people over to sell them $17 cookies. However, some people knew this and some people did not. See, you can hear it in this first TikTok we looked at.
I was actually really sketched out because I found this through TikTok and Instagram and it wasn't endorsed by Crumbl.
This wasn't endorsed by Crumbl. It was doing a lot of heavy lifting. But many of the people who showed up missed this detail. After weeks of marketing the exclusive one-day event featuring US-based Crumbl cookies, customers were puzzled to find the boxes were being sold not from a bakery, but from the front of a trophy shop beside a gas
my
station.
God,
The
W
organizers
scam!
used the TikTok handle Crumbl Sydney and made several videos in the lead up to Sunday's pop-up claiming Crumbl is landing in Australia.
W scam!
Using real videos from the official Crumbl cookies
Easiest
account.
money
And
they
you can
ever
see examples
made.
of this. They ripped videos from Crumbl's website and put their own text over it. Nowhere in this TikTok specifically does it say that this is not affiliated with Crumbl. Now, that information is in their bio. Now,
Okay.
But we'll get to that later.
Okay.
So the question this raises in my mind is, where exactly did you get the hundreds of cookies that you were selling to people?
Well,
Like,
I heard the real cookies. Easiest money they ever made for sure. This is like the fake In-N-Out in Mexico. Is there fake In-N-Out in Mexico?
from Crumbl, but Crumbl's on the other side of the world. So how did you make that work?
True.
Well, apparently the hundreds of cookies that were sold were actually resold. Those involved had flown over to the US, purchased the cookies, flown back to Australia, and then resold them. In a statement to 7 News, one of the organizers said he did not obtain permission from Crumbl to host the event. Toby, who did not want to provide his last name, said 840 cookies were bought from a Crumbl store.
Wait, 840. Wait, let me do the math. Let's do the math. 840 cookies, right? 840 cookies times 4.5, right? 3,780. So 3,800, and then they sold it for 850 divided by I've got 850 times about $12. So 3,800. 3,800. Oh my god, and they made 10,000 minus 3,800. Dog, they got $6,400 for doing nothing.
Tuesday, and then kept in the fridge until they were
We're doing
sold
nothing?
on Sunday. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you you just let cookies sit around for 6 days and then sold them to people without disclosing this? But Toby says that we're actually mad for no reason. Toby said the majority of the backlash the event has faced was from people who did not attend. Yeah, okay, got me there, Toby. But I don't think I have to fly halfway across the world.
I don't think you have to get scammed to be mad.
Selling people 6-day-old
you
cookies
could just be like, this shit was a scam.
Is insane. People who saw the videos on TikTok promoting the event did not seek
including the price of flights is not even worth it. You know what? That's so true. But maybe they used it as a way to pay for their flights.
Affiliated with Crumbl, he said. Our goal was to bring Crumbl's cookies to fans who otherwise wouldn't have the opportunity to try them. If Crumbl were to send us a cease and desist, we would comply immediately, Toby said. But they have not done so at this point. Bro. So, as you can imagine,
so are they still selling?
Found this out, there was an absolute meltdown. Very justified, in my opinion. And that is why Crumbl Sydney is an empty TikTok account now. Save for the link to our response, which has been posted on Google Docs. So let's see what Crumbl Sydney has to say for themselves. Hi, everyone. We want to address the drama surrounding the event. So they've done this in like a bit of a Q&A style. Are you officially Crumbl? No, we never claimed to be an official Crumbl store. This was clearly stated in our bio and our
they knew what they were doing though.
Sure,
they knew what they were doing.
However, eagle-eyed TikTokers
was it not there before?
That was added after the fact. In fact, as you can see from the screenshot posted by the food inbox, Crumbl Sydney had already racked up 100,000 likes before alerting anybody to the fact that they were not endorsed by Crumbl. So already their statement is off to a shitty
knew
start.
it.
So next they answered,
knew what the fuck they were doing.
Crumbl cookies?
You know what? How the scam Crumbles. Boo. Okay. This is the thing. Yes, I think they were fucked up because they scam people. However, I also am happy because Crumbl is a scam in itself. So these people who bought these cookies, they got like triple scammed. Actually incredible. I'm glad. I hope everyone got bad press for this.
100%. We traveled to the US to purchase the cookies and imported them with their original
$2,600.
We did not bake them ourselves. See below Crumbl recipes and matching bank transfers. And here you can see the thousands and thousands of dollars that they spent on Crumbl cookies. So one can probably understand why they marked them up to $1,750. Oh, but don't worry, because this event was never about profit. We did not aim to make money. So they claim their total expenses were well.
Wait. So, wait. You did make, regardless of whether or not you made money, you covered the trip that you took? Look at this shit. $6,000 on cookies and packaging. $4,000 on flights and luggage. $2,000 in duties, taxes, and customs brokering. Over $1,000 in staffing. No fucking way. No way they bought 1,000 cookies and flew them back to the US. I think that's exactly what they did.
To the 5 figures. And we set the prices
I'm pretty sure that's exactly what they did.
Large profit. But it's like profit size aside. If everything really was on the up and up, they obviously would have made it a bit clearer what was happening. As 7 News points out, the account had posted about the fact that they were flying to the States to pick up the cookies. However, among the 41 videos on their page, they had only made that fact clear in 4 TikToks.
Damn.
Who's going to watch a TikTok and then go back to someone's profile
Did he break even? I'm pretty sure
to make sure they understand the situation.
They made money or broke even.
I can certainly blame people for
because they triple priced it
for a cookie that's kind of a self-inflicted.
And we don't know how much their flights cost. You know, all that stuff.
Purchasing cookies that they may have thought were official, that's extremely uncool. Not to mention the fact that these were week-old cookies, no less. Anyway, many people were asking, how in the world did you get so many cookies?
That's true. 850
customs and compliance. And so they've attached this redacted document from Biosecurity Control, where it does seem like yes, these were Crumbl cookies, or at the very least, that's what they told Biosecurity. I did see a lot of people speculating like, what if these weren't even real Crumbl cookies and they just baked them and sold them? But what they sold was identical to actual
it
Crumbl
looks like Crumbl cookies.
Yes, this could be baked at home, but that would be quite elaborate in multiple flavors, no less. And frankly, I just don't think these people are smart enough to have come up with the idea of baking their own cookies and
and then just selling it as Crumbl. Holy shit, that would be a whole scam.
I am using the word scam because as much as they're crying
this
about,
is like a scam in middle schooler draws up.
That is obviously what they were doing. We did not use their trademarks in our videos on TikTok, they say. But I mean, even if that was technically true, how does that matter when people were DMing you on TikTok? Saying things like, hi Crumbl cookie, we hope that you can stay in Sydney. We love you. And your answer is thank you for coming.
Fact, yeah, it doesn't even say we're not Crumbl.
Multiple Crumbl Sydney reviews on TikTok publicly. And from using Crumbl's exact shade of millennial pink to saying things like, we're giving away a 5-pack of our most popular Crumbl cookie flavors, you were scammed scamming people.
Yeah.
Also, forget TikTok.
100%
scam
scam.
in Crumbl boxes. Like, what do you mean? How is this making it clear that you're not endorsed? Like, you guys had their trademarked font, logo, illustration
on a flyer
on your pop-up shop. They are trademarked in Australia.
Scammers.
So I feel like they're not going to be happy about that. But anyways, I guess the last major thing they tried to address was the quality. Crumbl cookies should be kept at room temperature in an airtight container for 3 days or refrigerated for up to 7 days.
We kept
them to these requirements. While most customers enjoyed the cookies, a couple of influencers felt they didn't meet expectations.
There's no way because they're
they
trash.
were 6 days old.
Yeah,
We
but they're also
apologize that
trash.
They don't live up to expectations. However, they are just cookies at the end of the day. What a flippant and just pathetic attitude to take towards taking people's money after you misled them.
True.
Just cookies, guys. Like, who actually cares? That
Yeah,
they
who
were
cares, guys?
stale?
Come on,
should
just give us your money.
hello? But yeah, that's the ballad.
Your
of
money's
Crumbl
already in their bank
Sydney,
account,
though
guys.
I
Why
can't
do
say
you
this
even
is the
care?
end, because I'm very curious as to how Crumbl is going to respond to all of this. They've already said a bit, and it just doesn't really look great for Crumbl Sydney. Whenever they're asked,
Are they actually gonna? I don't know if they're gonna sue them. It's so much work.
by the media, hey, how do you guys feel about this? They give a statement like this one they gave to People magazine. While the pop-up in Australia was not sponsored by Crumbl, we love seeing excitement for Crumbl around the world. We look forward to expanding to other countries in the future.
Scam?
And information about
Because
new
like, if you get
international
away with
locations-
this, honest to God, if you get away with this, then you get away with it.
will be shared through our official Crumbl communication
I don't think they're gonna do
And so,
anything.
you know, that's actually a relatively nice statement, but I feel like Sawyer Hemsley, the co-founder, he made his own statement, which I feel like is a little bit more pointed. It appears we need to expedite our visit to Australia. Please note, this pop-up is in no way affiliated with Crumbl cookies. And the thing about Crumbl is they are one of those lawsuit-happy companies. They've tried to sue people in the past for doing far less, actually. They sued 2 competitors, Dirty Dough, what a name, and Crave Cookies for trademark infringement in May of 2022, complaining that the products were confusingly similar to Crumbl's established and successful trade dress and brand identity. And whatever that means, Crumbl and Dirty Dough actually wound up settling the lawsuit. This seems a little more cut and dry. I wouldn't describe this as confusing so much as outright misleading. So again, I wouldn't be surprised if this winds up getting
down with
really
fucking
legal
Crumbl
really fast, despite the fact that Crumbl Sydney has not heard any cease and desist just yet. But alas, there's only really one more part of this story, and that's to find out the honest truth about
This shit is trash. I've said this whole video. Everybody who's never had a Crumbl cookie, I'm telling you right now, this shit is doggy. It's doggy sugar. That's all I'm telling you right now.
Was it really worth all of this? Like, they really are just cookies at the end of the day.
I've had Crumbl,
and
what's your thoughts on it?
Genuinely got nauseous. Like, I'm not even trying to exaggerate. This smells like sugar. It smells stronger than sugar. And
it's pure sugar and butter.
Enough. These cookies are enormous. They're sure as heck not $4.50 enormous in my book, but
I mean, it honestly might be worth $4.50 because of how big it is. You know what I mean? Like, it is literally like a full ass meal. Crumbl of John's ass. It was hyped. Dude, I'm telling you, calories per cookie is like 800 plus, right? 700 plus.
Well, I guess I am the sucker who bought one for a video. That being said, I'm going to cut mine because I actually have to share it later. I would not want to just bite a cookie and throw it away. So let's see. I got the cookies and cream milkshake featuring mini Oreo. Okay. I just want to eat 1 serving, and it doesn't say how many servings there are per cookie. Well, no, the serving size is 30 grams. How would I measure this, Crumbl? Can you explain that to me? So I guess we can do some quick math.
800.
If 1 cookie is 870 calories, and a serving is 130. That means a serving is 15% of a cookie. Does someone want to explain how I'm gonna cut a cookie into 3/20ths? I'm just gonna guesstimate. Okay, voila. Let's just pretend this is a serving. I cannot do math. All right.
Bro, eat the fucking. What are you? That's not. You're not even eating the cookie. Dog, put that shit in your mouth.
It
sugar
literally tastes like chalk. Like, it doesn't taste like chalk, but it has a chalky consistency for some reason.
Yeah, the cream.
I don't understand what the this isn't a cookie. This doesn't taste like a cookie. I mean, I'm sure the mini Oreo is good, but that's because it's an Oreo. Okay, no, not even the Oreo could save it, actually.
It's just trash. I knew it.
So sweet. Okay, I survived. I don't know whether I should chase it down with water or just like pure cane sugar.
You literally have to chase it down with water.
Than whatever I just ate.
Too much sugar. I'm not a fan of sweets. Just a crumb of ass, please, sir.
To be like, no, you're
I love Krispy Kreme also. Krispy Kreme is delicious.
Nasty. I like sweets, actually. I really do, but...
Do you guys know that we biologically like sweets, which is why sweets are almost never bad in any situation. This is why sugar rules the goddamn world. It's because we biologically are drawn to sweet things and drawn away from bitter things.
Bit too concentrated. The consistency was bizarre. Maybe I got a bad one. I don't know. If you're a Crumbl stan, you'll have to tell me if I'm missing something here.
Trash.
But I suppose my verdict is, was this worth the hype?
Nope.
Absolutely not.
Trash.
Let alone paying $12 US and then eating one that's 6 days old. This one is like mere hours old, probably. I think Crumbl just opened. So I really shudder to think what our
Is this a real background? This is like green screen, right?
Because even this was a lot. But that's my take on the situation. Dave's take on the situation is that he understands the vision, and he's actually working on a similar scam where he does a McDonald's Sydney pop-up. I've tried to explain that there are already McDonald's in Australia, but nevertheless, I guess he'll see you soon.
But an American McDonald's.
To hear your take. I mean, this is the part of the video where a layman would ask you to subscribe, like the video, and leave a comment, but I will ask you to enroll, evaluate the video, and submit your feedback. Because I am, of course, running a 100% completely, totally, all the way, okay, maybe not really, somewhat unaccredited university. Probably. Just ask anybody in the student body and they'll confirm it for you. We're totally legit. And as for me, whether you'll see me in 24 hours or 24 months is honestly anyone's guess. But until then, thanks for watching. Your homework for today is to avoid being scammed. No shady pop-ups, no
Everything's
events.
a scam.
This has to end.
Everything's a fucking scam. Everything's a goddamn scam. Hey, W video. D'Angelo! Thank you for covering it. I heard about this yesterday. I heard about this shit yesterday and I just didn't know the details about it. But I can't fucking believe they actually went to America, bought 850 Crumbl cookies, put that shit in some kind of refrigeration, maybe flew it back to Australia, boxed that bad boy up, and then sold it. Sold out. I'm 99% sure they sold out of those fucking cookies. The W free trip and W fucking scam. I'm not even gonna lie, man.